Hello, my name is Felix, and my classmates worship the devil. It all started when I switched schools. It was a pretty normal place. I was anxious on my first day since my social skills aren't really that great. I was never one of the cool kids at my school, but I've always made good friends that I wouldn't trade for the world. I was eager to meet new friends so that I could fit in nicely. These kids were nice enough. They asked me of my previous school, and for the first week, we got along pretty fine. I was particularly fond of Jamie, since we shared the same interest in video games and anime. Things were looking great. Then one day, this gorgeous-looking girl who was named Emily sat beside me and asked how I was adjusting and if I liked their school. I was stunned. This girl was so pretty, and I was not used to getting the attention of girls. I answered with a nod since I was still stunned by how pretty she was, and I was so shy being so close to her. She laughed and said that I was cute since I was so shy. I blushed so hard that my face went all red. She laughed again in such a cute way. She said I was funny and that we should hang out sometime so that she could introduce me to her friends. Again, all I could do was nod. I was too stunned to speak. She stood up, smiled beautifully, and told me that she'd introduce me tomorrow. If I had paid more attention to my surroundings, then I would have noticed that the previous kids who I got along with well in my first week had started to avoid me. But I was so excited about making friends with Emily and her friends that I didn't really notice stuff. The following day, Emily introduced me to her friends. Everyone looked cool, and the other girls were pretty as well. As for the guys, they were super kind to me and asked all sorts of stuff about me. This was my first time being with cool kids. We all ate together at lunch on this table that seemed to be reserved only for them. I would see the other kids glancing my way with envy. This is the first time that I've realized I was being avoided by a majority of the students. I was puzzled at first, but I figured that maybe they were just too shy to approach me since now I was with the popular group. Only Jamie, one of the kids I got to know in my first week at school, kept glancing towards me. I didn't mind. I really liked the guy since we had the same interests. As the class ended and we were all about to go home, Jamie went past me and dropped a crumpled paper on my chair. I looked at it and opened it up to see what was inside. In small letters, it said, "Stay away from them." I got confused. Did he mean Emily and her friends? I got annoyed when I realized that Jamie must be jealous that I'm making such good friends and have now become one of the popular kids, even though I'm a new guy. I sighed and threw the paper away. A few more weeks passed by and I was really enjoying myself at this school. Emily was always near me, and we'd always hang out together with her friends. The leader of the group seemed to be Adam. He was this good-looking guy that was really nice. I really looked up to him. One day, Emily approached me with a very sad face. She informed me that they couldn't hang out with me anymore since their group actually has this initiation process before guys could enter. She told me that I was their good friend, but it was unfair for those who had went through the initiation to just let me inside their group of friends without going through the same thing that the other members had. My heart broke. I was finally now with the cool kids, and suddenly it's just being taken away from me. I was devastated, and it must have shown on my face back then. Then Emily said everything would be all right as long as I go through the initiation and that she herself had done it already. I said yes, even before she could finish her sentence. These were the beautiful, cool friends that I'd never had. Of course I'd go through some dumb initiation for them. So the day of the initiation came, and to be honest, I started feeling a little bit nervous. I know I said I would take it on, whatever it was, for my friends, but I really had this bad feeling in my gut. The whole day in school, I was wondering what kind of initiation it would be. At the end of class, we went to Adam's house, where we usually hung out. His parents were always away, so it was basically just us kids there. They gave me this eerie ceremonial robe with a deep maroon color. I was starting to get a little bit scared. I've noticed that my usually jolly friends were serious and had stern looks on their faces. It felt like they really treated this whole initiation stuff as something sacred. We entered a dark room and I could barely see anything. They blindfolded me. At that moment, I was ready to call it quits. It was just too strange and creepy, and my hands were shaking. Emily probably knows how nervous I was because after a few seconds, I heard someone approaching. It was her. She whispered that everything would be okay, and that after all this was over, she and I would hang out alone. Despite the strange situation I was in, my heart skipped a few beats. Hearing Emily's soft whisper in my ear, telling me that we would hang out together, felt like heaven. I resolved myself to get this done so that I could get closer to Emily. I heard multiple voices chanting around me. They were chanting something that I didn't understand. They gave me something that felt like a stick. They told me to hold it firmly with both hands, and so I did. Adam was holding both of my hands, guiding me on how I should hold it. He told me to lift both of my arms together with the stick. He instructed me that there was a table in front of me, and at the count of 3, I should slam the stick in a downward motion as hard as I can. Kinda like a test of strength, he whispered. And so I did. I heard a sickening sound of meat getting stabbed. I got so surprised by the sensation, it felt like I stabbed something. I pulled off my blindfold and screamed at what I saw. There was a dead cat in front of me. A bald, hideous dead cat. 2 knives were protruding from it, one on its belly and the other on its legs. It was on an altar with candles and disfigured figurines that I couldn't recognize. I shrieked again at the top of my lungs as I took in the whole picture. I looked around and I saw everyone looking at me. Adam and Emily approached me. They told me that I am now one of them, and we are all now connected by this blood through the creature that I had murdered. Everybody was like super serious. It was not a joke. I kept muttering, "No, no, no." I felt sick and vomited right then and there. After a few minutes, I felt a hand helping me up. I was escorted out of the room and into Adam's living room. Emily was there. She stroked my back and she explained to me the details of their group. She told me their group practiced Satanism. The word itself shook me to my core. She said that in such a casual way, like it was something normal. She explained that it was their very own cult and that it's not as bad as it sounds. She told me that if I keep an open mind and give them a chance to teach the knowledge that they had acquired, I would be able to see stuff in a whole different light. She also informed me in a very sweet voice that I now have no choice but to do so, since we are now connected by blood through the creature. And if I tried to sever the blood oath, it would have dire consequences that I could never imagine. Emily explained to me all of this stuff in such a sweet voice and with such a cute smile. The following day, everybody acted like nothing happened and hanged out with me as usual. Though I was reserved, I barely talked. Emily kept chatting with me about random stuff, and I felt Adam's watchful eye on me throughout the day. During this time, I saw Jamie glancing towards us. I finally understood what he meant in that letter. The class ended, and as I was walking home, I saw Jamie waiting for me on the road. He said, "So they finally made you do it, huh? I could tell from your appearance today." He then explained that he knows all about the whole stuff, and that I really shouldn't worry that I'd killed a cat, since he said it was most likely dead before I'd stabbed it. He told me that Adam's family is a provider of cats that are meant to be dissected in medical schools. I did recall then that there wasn't a single drop of blood on that cat. He told me those cats were long dead, and that they had been pumped with chlorine, which usually was the process when dissecting the cats. Jamie told me that the whole thing was a sham in order for them to increase their number of members. He said that they were just a bunch of wannabe Satanist kids that want to look hardcore, and that nothing bad would happen if I really wanted to stop hanging out with them. It's been 2 months now after the incident, and I still don't know what to do. As of now, I'm still hanging out with Emily in the group. I'm not sure if it's because I'm scared of breaking the blood oath, or if I just want to be with Emily more. Also, there was one thing I didn't tell Jamie. When the initiation was happening, I heard an unfamiliar voice talking with some of the kids when I was blindfolded. It was like an adult female voice that really sounded like our English teacher. Thank you for listening to my story. Like I said, I'm still confused about what I should do. Please share your thoughts in the comments section. It would greatly help.